Hey, Laura. Uh, you mean like in Blender or on the outside? Just on the outside. Hey, Guthrie. Okay, yeah, sorry about Laura. I was just sending a message on Facebook. Let me just export this stove here, and I'll show you in just a second. Let me just see if this exported correctly. Okay, apparently it did. Um, yeah, let me show you. Let me just pull that up. Now that I have this here, I can just close out of this. And I gotta go into that anyway so I can finish the backside. Let's see. Alright, so the way I have it set up is, let me just move this somewhere else. The way I have it set up is, as far as the mesh go, let me start with the mesh. The way I have it set up is I have an interior mesh, um, which is this. So if you look at the model itself, um, so the interior mesh would be this. Hopefully you can read that. It says interior walls, and then I have this mesh, which is the exterior walls. I should have called it that, but it's a separate mesh. So for example, say I grab this, if I delete it, I'm only left with the interior walls. Um, so that's as far as the mesh is set up. Um, and with that, so as you can see, it's just a really simple flat geometry type thing for the interior walls. And the exterior walls, it's a little bit more, complex, just because of the model. The building itself had this, kind of half a circle type area here and here for each of the building sections. Um, but as you can see, it's just again, just a flat type planes and really simple geometry. Hey Mafia, yeah, no, it's going good. I've started to stream recently. I've completed. I moved, so I was able to start um, streaming again a little more often. Development is going good. Everything is moving forward. It's just there's a lot of movement to be made. Let's put it that way. But Lore, so yeah, and as far as the mesh itself, again, pretty simple. Nothing special. There's your little um, there's I have the trim as a separate mesh, and Mark, I see you're on looking at this. Yeah, I'll be around for maybe a couple of hours before I take a break to get dinner, and then I'll come back. Um, but as I was saying, I have uh, one the biggest geometry piece I would say is the exterior walls, um, because it's just one single mesh. But then again, it's not very high poly, as you can see. So and this is at LOD 0, and of course this is gonna have probably two LODs. Um, so as far as LODs go for the interior mesh, I'm probably not going to worry about it so much because it's very simple and the rendering distance is going to be very, very low. So um, I can actually show you here. Let me just adjust the lighting a little bit. It's a little dark, so this at 2 and this one. Alright, so let's take, like, the way I wanted to have it set up is like this. So this building itself, the exterior walls are gonna have LODs, so the rendering distance is gonna be pretty high. So I'm probably gonna want to see this mesh from. Hey, thanks, Mark. Yeah, I was trying to like I'd like to be able to play a music that is more upbeat and such, but I get hit with these copyright notices, so I have to mute that area, and it's also muting my voice and every comment that I make. So a mix like this, it doesn't seem to be triggering any issues. Okay, so as far as the rendering distance for this building itself, I would call it maybe. I mean, and this is again, it's probably going to be a setting that's available in the settings for rendering distances. So this would be something like, let's see, if I want to hide it somewhere around here, hopefully this would do it. Let me see what's. I can't remember what a good value is. And I think I've set it up a while back. I'm not sure if I've set this up in the and the config file, so that the shadows don't get rendered past a certain distance, because mostly the shadows are what's going to eat away at the performance. I mean, they eat a lot. So let me just look at the config file. I'm not sure if I have that setting turned on. I just want to, I don't want to say, let's see, where is this? Okay, so yeah, so this is one of the settings that, hey McCree, thank you. Okay, so this is one of the settings that I have set up. So, and this is used when you first start the engine and eventually the game. So the shadows are only, this is the view distance ratio for the shadow casting. And of course, if you bring this, I believe if you bring it up, you have to be a lot closer to the object before you see its shadows. And I think if it's 0, you're probably going to see shadows all the time. So so that's another way to optimize things as far as my work is going to be. But let me see about this view distance ratio. I'm not sure if I have to delete the building and then for the settings to, okay, there we go. Yeah, so at 22 it's still showing this distance that I'm from it. So let me just go a little further back. Let's see, maybe at this distance I don't even want to see it. See, so now it's showing. So it starts to show somewhere around here. So I think that's a plenty far away distance for buildings, as far as I care. So so that's something to do for like the exterior of the building. But then when it comes to the interior, I probably don't want to see it when I'm even here. So because right now it's being rendered, so it's you know, like probably there's some gaps in here that are going to render that object. So in order to avoid that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly select the interior walls. And I haven't set it up yet for this building, but the way I do some of the stuff is I grab the exterior walls and I put them on a separate mesh. Exactly, Mafia. So the farther away from the object you are, it's like LODs. But with LODs, it's still loading something. But with the view distance ratio, you're actually not loading it, so you're not gonna see it or render it. But the way I want to set up certain things is I want to have a layer that's specific for um, for the building exteriors. So in my case, I have Church Street, which is gonna comprise probably some of these buildings, that are, lesser importance. The church itself is actually on its own separate layer because it's a huge building and it has a lot more details to it. But as far as the smaller buildings like this apartment building, these little, the bay window, what I call it, buildings, um, these are all on this Church Street. But the way I want to do it is I want to do a separate layer, which is, let's see, I think this is new layer. So this is going to be, yeah, Waffle Toaster can run the game, definitely. Well, I mean, it's still going to be tough if you want the cool lighting and all, so it's, but by the time the game is going to be done, GTX 970 is going to be $100, so I'm sure it's going to be more than fine by then. But I'm trying to make it optimize as much as I can. Alright, so as far as this, I'm gonna do Church Street interiors. And the reason for this is that I want to have a way to quickly select everything. Um, and control drag is going to make it a child. So this way I want to select everything that's um, within that interior layer. So for example, this one, the exterior, so this one, and then, oh come on. So these buildings, these are going to be placed on Church Street, so I keep it like that. And then if I hit F, I can freeze them. Yeah, Mark, they're really useful, you know. Okay, so now that I have um, um, these exteriors frozen, so the building exteriors, what I can do is I can just go ahead and I usually do it kind of from the top view. And the thing is, you can also change the perspective in here, but let's see, where was it? View, top. I've always had a kind of a hard time selecting things using this. So, for example, I think we're like right here. Alright, so what I'm gonna try and do, yeah, see, this is one of the things that I don't like, is that it selects a bunch of stuff that I don't want it to select. A visual scripting tool. Um, well, I mean, FlowGraph is probably similar to that if you're looking for a visual scripting tool. Mark, I'm not sure if there's a perspective top view. I think there's only perspective and top. Yeah, no, I know. Yeah, it'd be nice. I think you can only go like this, you know. So and then move up and then select stuff. I think this is the only way you can go at it. All right, so I'm probably gonna do this roof as well. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna freeze that as well. So what I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and let's see, what else am I selecting here? Okay, the fog volume. I'm probably gonna have to freeze this one too. Yeah, it would have been nice. Okay, so now see, I can, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go around and select all my interior assets, and also um, let's do some of this at the entrance. Alright, so I also have the little steps, by the way it looks, and the rugs, and of course all the AC and the windows. So with this one, nope. I'm just gonna try, and I guess there's, I have groups, I forgot about that. Yeah, one of the problems that happens when you have when you select all these things is that you have groups in here, and with groups is kind of a little bit annoying, but I'm gonna I'm gonna try and cheat a little bit. So let's go to view pane, and I'm gonna go to select objects, and let's see if I can select. I'm gonna do all my slider windows first because I know I've grouped some of those. So let's look for slider. Alright, so as you can see, they're all pretty much in groups, and I want to make sure they're all the ones on the Church Street layer, which apparently they are. And so I'm going to try and select all. Let me just make sure they're all, yeah, see, some of them are in this building as well, so so I'm going to do those separate, because if I'm going to do another building like this, it's going to be identical to the first one. Alright, so let's see, one or more group objects selected, because there's, and yeah, see, this is what I did wrong, was that I have some of them that are brush and some of them that are group. So what I'm gonna try and do is gonna try and just select the groups, and let's see, maybe I can do that, sort it that way, and then I don't know why they have why you can't um, just move everything from layer to layer. So now I can go ahead and change this to Church Street Interiors. And what I like to do, I like to hide the layer. Whoops, not down, this one. Just to make sure that um, that I've hidden everything. Alright, so now let's go ahead and select the rest, and hopefully I can move that to the interior as well. Alright, so let's do this like so. And I'm gonna move those to Church Street Interiors, and actually I don't want to do that one. You see, it's weird this time. It accepted that group, but not the other ones. So yeah, no, Mafia, no, it's not gonna be anything apocalypse related. Yeah, there's already enough of those games out there, so I'm gonna try and keep it on a more this could happen scenario kind of thing. Alright, so there we go. I have the building interior on a separate layer and the building exterior on a separate layer. So what I'm planning on doing is see these little arrows here? That means that the contents of that layer are selectable. So in my case, what I'm going to do is let's just make sure that I have what I need here as far as the interior of the building goes. There we go. So I'm gonna uncheck all the other layers, so by mistake I'm not gonna select like anything part of the environment, because I had that happen before. So now I can go ahead and this one. Now I can go ahead and select everything that's on the inside. And once that is selected, this is where some of the issues might come in because of these groups. So let's see about groups. Because what I'm trying to do is when I select all these things, if there are, and all of them should be brushes, I would be able to see all the settings for the brushes in here. So for example, like if I just grab the interior walls, which I know they're brushes, so all these interior walls, you see all the settings in here. So I can set up the view distance ratio for everything that's on the inside at once. So this is going to be, if I set it to 1, see, it goes like that. So this is probably going to be, I'm probably going to set it to a 3. So let's see about this and see, let me also show the Church Street. Alright, so see at this distance, let's do this a little slower. It's still showing the interior, right? But let's see how far do I get before it's not going to show it. And I think that's a good distance. Let's see, maybe there's a better angle. Yeah, so see at this distance, I'm not sure if you can tell from thanks Mark. Yeah, so let's do 1 here. Okay, so hopefully you can tell that there's no more, and yeah, if you look at through this window, you can see through the building. So, but if you move in closer, then the interior gets rendered. So I'm probably going to keep this again a setting that's that's going to be available in the settings for the game, because it's probably going to do a pretty big impact on performance. So I'm probably going to start it off at 3, because it seems that it stops rendering the interior somewhere around here. Maybe I can bump it up to 4. Yeah, so see, like right over here it doesn't render the interior anymore. So I think that's quite plenty of distance, and let's see, about 5. Yeah, I think 5 might be better. So I'll keep it at 5, at least for now. And so yeah. But the issue, one of the issues is that um, for some reason, whenever you have groups, I mean, I get it and I don't at the same time. Whenever you have groups, there's an issue with selecting some of these items. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hide some of this. Yeah, Mark. So I'm actually thinking of doing that for. That's a great idea. I'm thinking of doing that for the LOD 1 for the building. So when the building is, I mean, I'm gonna have LODs. So probably about the distance where the interior disappears is gonna be LOD 1 for the building. So I guess at that LOD 1, aside from cutting some of the edge loops, so kind of in here, cutting some of these edge loops and making a simpler geometry, is also um, doing the windows, blacking out the windows. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that might do pretty well. So let's see, what else was I doing? Okay, yeah, in here. Well, first thing, I just want to delete some of this extra stuff that I'm not gonna use, and I guess it selected something else, but what? Oh, this forest sky dome is some. Yeah, see, this is one of the reasons I want to do it via layers that way, and block some of the layers, is because I this forest sky dome, I selected it without even knowing, because uh, its pivot point, it's somewhere like down here. So yeah, that's why I want to have something like this on one of these layers that is gonna be, I'm not gonna be able to mess around with. So just like this. Alright, so then I can delete these groups that are in here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and yeah, I can freeze the sky dome, but I also wanted it to be on the proper layer, so I have it on the environment layer. So then if I hide this, it just hides the pretty much everything that I have on the beach. So um, I keep the environment layer for mostly for things like this. So like I have the beach here, and so hiding this is gonna hide pretty much everything. But yeah, I wish there'd be a way for groups to yeah, yeah. So that's for any mesh that you have. Like, take for example these steps here. When you hover over them, it's gonna show you the mesh wireframes. So so yeah, it's just a helpful hint, I guess. Okay, so now what I want to do is, see, this is, I was hoping that, hmm, let me see if I can select multiple groups and, yeah, it would have been nice if you can select multiple groups and, control them individually. I like, at least ungroup them. But I'm not sure if you can do it from here. Oh, I guess you can, huh? Can you do anything else? Yeah, see, this is one of the things that, it's the that setting is not available here. So for example, like in this case, I'm selecting these two groups, and you don't see that ungroup setting in here. But if you go to group, you can get, ungroup or, group them together. So what I'm gonna try and do is select all my groups now that I have everything in place. As far as how the server handles this rendering stuff, I think it's um, well, I think the optimization has to be even better made, because you have the networking factor, which is still a bottleneck. So um, yeah, I can't say what there's gonna be a bunch of things affecting it. Like your ping. I'm assuming it's gonna factor into it. So yeah, it's tough to call as far as how to optimize it for that. See, this is one of the times that I wish people that make multiplayer games in CryEngine would do streams, because um, I mean, let's face it, as far as how to do certain things in CryEngine, it's not the most friendly engine out there. Oh, hey, that's a great share. Thanks for sharing that, Mark. Yeah, hopefully when I'll get to the point that I'm doing coding and stuff, um, I'm definitely gonna stream that as well, even though it's gonna be more of the boring type stuff. But hopefully, if I learn something, I can share it with you guys. Facebook, yeah, yeah, yeah. So as far as uh, for tonight's stream, I'm gonna take a break around probably around 7 p.m. Eastern, which is about an hour and a half, and it's gonna be probably a short break. Just a dinner type of, heat something up, eat it, and get back to doing this. So hopefully that answers your question, Mark. All right, Mark. Yeah, I'll be in half an hour. I'll definitely still be here. So looking forward to having you back. And so Mafia, was that for CryEngine as well, or was it for something else? Okay, so I think I have most of this stuff ungrouped. So I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to. Oh no, I think there's still some groups in there. I was hoping. Yeah, there's one. At least you know you get the highlights that there's still groups. All right, so there's that one that I could see, and let's see where else. Yeah, no, it's whenever you run it, get into networking, it definitely isn't easy to do. There's a lot more things to consider um, when it comes to networking. So it's not that I didn't want to do it, you know, do a multiplayer game, but I mean, there's already so many of them out there, you know, and the only games that I play and I like are the ones that are single player and have some kind of story scenario to them. Um, there's still groups. Oh yeah, there's this one down here. I don't know how come it's more visible when you select everything. Well, I guess there's because there's the little lines that show you that you have something selected. Is this a group here? Yeah, this is a group. Alright. And there's another one somewhere over here. There we go. I think the groups are out because I can select this. But what I do also have in the scene are some lights. So I'm probably going to do the same for these guys. I'm going to do another layer under Church Street, which is going to be just lights. Because again, when you get into lights, you get into shadows, and when you get into shadows, you get into a bunch of performance drawbacks, and you know it's just pulling you back a lot. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and select the lights that I have in this building. There's probably not gonna be a lot of them, I hope. Alright, I think hopefully that's it. So I'm gonna move these to the lights layer and hide that as well. Alright, let's see. Hopefully now if I select everything in here, they're all gonna be brushes. So I can set the viewing distance for that. No, I guess there's still something. Oh yeah, there's a couple of lights in here, or one of them. There's that. Alright, so hopefully now I can, let's see. Nope, there's still something in there that, oh, it might be, could it be the decals? I think it might be the decals. Yeah, it's probably gonna be these decals. So let's go ahead and I'll select these guys. And I don't think I have a lot of them. There we go. I haven't decided yet on what to do with the decals, if I want to put them on a separate layer or not. But for now, I'm just gonna freeze them. And oh, actually, there's a couple more. There's this one here, and this one, this one. Grimiers, I haven't set up a proxy. I only have proxies at the moment for the walls, which is done through Fizz default, which is probably not the best way to do it. Um, and Napoleon, I think, no, I mean, so far I'm not a programmer as far as CryEngine goes. I do software engineering for work, but I haven't worked with CryEngine as much. I mean, I've managed to compile the solution. So uh, at least for the needs that I have for my game, there's hopefully not going to be a lot of programming involved. And yeah, you know what? To me, it's not. It's at the current time. It's more of a like I just enjoy doing it. So, and if at the end of it there's gonna be some money coming out of it, then I definitely like it. But if there won't be, then again, I'm not losing anything. I'm just doing something that I love. So, but yeah, Napoleon. Hopefully that answers your question. There's also like, cause see what the thing is, the way I see it with CryEngine, a lot of people pick it up. They do some, drag some assets into the level. It's all looking nice and stuff. But that's where a lot of people stop when they get into the programming, because it's a lot of people don't like the way CryEngine is set up for programming. So I think that's one of the downsides for it. Okay, what do I have that? Oh, it's this one here. And yeah, Mafia, you're definitely right. I mean, I feel the same way. What do I still have here that's not a brush? Yeah, so see, this should have been something that I should have done from the beginning, but apparently I did not. And I'm wondering if it's the doors. No, it's not the doors. What? I'm missing something. So what I'll try and do is I'll try and I'll try and go into the select mode and try and select just the brushes. Hopefully, I'm wondering if it was that environment probe. Let's try this. So we'll go and get all the brushes in here. Oh, I definitely had a decal and probably this designer environment light. Okay, so let's select all these guys. So there we go. Now we have everything that's a brush. And I should have done it this way. I'm not sure why I didn't do it this way from the get-go. Alright, so now we have all these brushes in here, and we can set the view distance ratio for all of them. So this is going to be let's set it to 5 as well. So once you get to this point, it's not even, you don't see them anymore. So let me also do this old debug, which is draw calls per object. So hopefully once you go far enough, yeah, see, once you go far enough, there's nothing rendering. So now if you move in closer, you get all these other things that are, you know, just in here. And then you get the windows, and then everything that's inside. So see, once you're over here, I mean, you see the draw calls for everything in the level, but once you're over here, you only have so far the things that I haven't set up. So they're like, for example, these steps at the entrance, I haven't set them up with even though it should have it. Oh, but it's at 5. I think I've set these up at the same time with the interior, so there we go. Yeah, so as you can see at this distance, you can see the interiors, but you can't see the windows just yet. So once you move in closer, and I think I've made it a little bit too low. I might need to bring it up a little bit. So now you can see the windows, and then the interiors also get whatever's the contents of them get rendered. Because of course, you know, once you're not gonna need to render this stove unless you're really close. So probably whatever goes in the apartments is gonna be an even low view distance ratio, probably like a 1 or something. But I might want to bump up let's do it like this. I'll do, no, I want to do all the brushes first. Alright, so these are at, they're at 5. They should be showing a little sooner. Did Star Citizen reach 100 million? I mean, I know they were at 70 million at some point, but yeah, no, I mean that's definitely something great. I mean, they didn't they have, like, the company that made it had something a while back that was similar to that? Some kind of like Star game kind of thing. But yeah, hopefully, I guess one of the things that they have to watch out for is, you know, keeping on track with that, because there's always going to be, oh, we need to add this extra and add that extra, so hopefully they won't fall into that. Okay, so I definitely need to do something about the windows. I'm not sure why they don't really take that viewing distance. I'll select all the windows here. And 10 still, 20. Yeah, I think for the windows, I'm gonna have to have a little bit of a higher view distance ratio. Plus, I'm gonna do LODs like pretty heavy on the windows. So let's do a 30 on this. Huh, that's pretty cool. Okay, so, oh, no worries, no worries. Alright, so one of the things that I'm probably gonna struggle with a little bit about this apartment is that aside from the building exterior, the interior is out of my own head, so to speak. So I might have an issue. I might have to make the building a little longer. I mean, as far as the reference photos, it had another sectional wall here. So I might need to do that in order to accommodate for the bedroom and the bathroom. But first of all, I'm just gonna try and get the texture for the stove in here. So let me just fire up Substance Painter, and I'll export those textures real quick. Alright, there we go. So actually I've already finished the texturing for this. I'm probably not going to have a lot to show. If you guys have any questions along the way as far as how'd you do this, how'd you add that, you can ask me, and I'll try and answer if I know the answer. But okay, so this is my stove here. I try to keep it at a kind of a not completely trashed type of level. But you know, with some usage on it. Um, so I'm just gonna export this. Alright, let's see. There we go. Objects. Assets. Props. Kitchen. Appliances. Select. Alright, CryEngine, and let's do TIFF. Yeah, Grimer's Substance Painter is a lot of fun. Indeed. Alright, so let me try and apply this texture on the stove and hopefully we'll see how it looks. Hopefully it looks okay. Alright, so let's go into, let's see, where were we? Kitchen, appliances, and I believe this is the new one, yep. Alright, so there we go. Oh, that's not the one. Is it this one? Oh, I think it might be that one. There we go. I have some older work that I've done previous on the stove, and I had to revisit it because I didn't like how it looked. And so now hopefully this looks, I think it looks a little better. Yeah, I think that's gonna do. Okay, so now on to the tough part of tonight's business is the layout for the apartment, which, you know, I'm looking at it, I'm starting to think that I might have made it a little small, but let me just, for like blocking reasons, I'm gonna try and bring some furniture items in here. Just to see how they fit. Oh, and by the way, I forgot to change the layer that we're on because I want to be on interiors. So all these new assets that I'm going to drop in are going to have to be on the interiors. Alright, so let's do that. Studio apartment life, yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to get a feel as far as, you know, having the player in there as well. And no, I'm definitely what am I missing? What am I missing as far as telling you? If there's something that I'm missing, feel free to ask. Yeah, see, this is one of those moments that I'm always afraid of. You know, you get this thing built out and then like, oh my god, nothing fits. Oh no, there will be a task. There will be an ending to the game. It won't be just run around and loot and gather resources. There will be an ending to the game. You know, fortunately or unfortunately. Alright, so this is one of the areas or moments that I'm thinking like this would be a shorter window for the kitchen. Yeah, no, Lord, that's a great place to start. You know, start with your apartment. You know, because you can get a better feel for how the windows are set up. Um, the thing about architecture is that it's always, you know, it'd be great if you had, um, if um, if you had plans, but you know, some of the buildings that you like, especially from the outside, you don't really get to see the inside, so yeah, you're kind of unsure how they might look and such. Yeah, so see, this is why I meant about not having this bigger window. So you know, doing like something shorter. So I'm probably gonna have to do that. Whoops. Oh yeah, videos are even better, you know, because you can probably, you know, get even a better feel for that. Yes, there will be other NPCs. I don't think I want that sink. Yeah, I kind of like it. It's like I said, it's something that is not gonna trigger one of those copyright infringement things on YouTube when I post a video, or on um, here on Twitch. I think I might have to do a different sync at some point. Yeah, I want to sync. I do want to sync, but I think there might be a little bit of a. I mean, I'm trying to fix the textures on it. This was sync done in my I think my early days of using Substance Painter, when I was just trying to get a better feel for it. So yeah, probably not the greatest looking thing out there, but it's gonna work, at least for a placeholder. Okay, so we'll need some cabinets. And I can't remember. Yeah, these are some of the old assets, and some of the pivot points are not right, and yeah, it was. So that was not gonna fit there. Um, any tips? Good question. Um, the biggest issues that I found was when you work with the windows. I think that's as far as just getting like a clean mesh, because like right now, for example, if you look at just going to show you on the outside, it's pretty easy to just put the plane and draw the plane, but so in my case, the way I do the windows is as you can, if you look at the mesh, there's and I can show you in Blender. See, this is pretty much how I make one of my windows. And And I think the windows is like the biggest, because actually it's a break in the mesh. So whenever you make holes in a flat plane, you know, not only you add geometry, but you have to make that hole so that it fits a real, you know, kind of world size window, unless you go for like a cartoonish look. But that's the thing I probably hate the most, you know, making windows. As far as everything else, um, you can what you can also do is you can set up a plane. Like for example, in my case, you know, if you look from the top, you know, you got these circles around here and here, and if you have a top-down view of the building, you know, like at the plan of the building, you can just go based off of that, you know. So of course, I'm also not entirely sure how some of the other um, 3D softwares do for tools. In Blender, there's quite a few useful tools as far as, you know, rapidly modeling this shapes like this. I'm sure there's, you know, other 3D programs have that, but yeah. For example, in here for this, um, what I did, I just did this plane here, and then there's a spin modifier that just spins it around a certain amount of degrees. So you can get this like round part of the building. Hopefully that that answers your question. Okay, great. Whoa, that is definitely not the right texture for that. Oh, whoa, what was that? Which one? Cabinet 3, do I have that kind of thing here? Oh man, there's some things that I need to clean. Oh, like the floor texture. Yeah, it's kind of okay. I mean, I'm not gonna. I kind of like it, but you know, it's okay. Thank you. Uh, it's um, it's kind of like the I I liked it and I didn't like it at the same time, but it's better than the other ones that I had. So it's working out pretty good. And let me just export this again. So okay, there we go. Now we get some light inside of the apartment. All right, so let's see. I guess I'm gonna keep these for now, just to get an idea where things will go. I'm gonna have to do some. What I'll end up doing, probably tonight, I hope, is I modeled these a while back, and what I'd like to do, I'd like to do it as one whole model. This, you know, the the cabinets, these two cabinets, the countertop, and the sink, as one model. So so I can use them somewhere else as well. So it's not going to be like I'm probably going to still keep the separate ones, but I'd like to have it as one piece. So the kitchen is going to be, you know, arranged. It's going to have this, and then depending on the house, maybe the stove and the fridge are going to be maybe on this side, or we'll see. Okay, so now the problem is, let me just update the lighting first. The problem is with the floor plan for the apartment, which is probably not going to be a lot of fun. So, and I'm gonna fix this opening here. I was just trying to get this wall on this side. All right, so let's see about the way the floor plan of the apartment is gonna be. So the good thing about um, uh, and I'm guessing some of the stuff that is upstairs, as far as the interior walls, I'm not even gonna need, because I mean you're not gonna be able to go into all the rooms. Um, so um, there's probably gonna be like a room here and then maybe another one at a different entrance. So I'm gonna go ahead and just gonna hide these walls first. Alright, so there we go. This is the room here as it sits at the moment. So actually, since we're here, what I can do is fix this gap as well. Alright, like that. Okay, so now let's see about let's see about the rooms. Alright, so we got one of the walls here, And I'm thinking there's going to be maybe like a hallway going this way. And let's see, so it's right in between the windows, which is good. And just push this in like so. Alright, there's that. Alright, let's see how that looks. Alright, so there we go. I'm not sure if that's too big. Okay, so that's a decent space as far as the hallway goes. So that's gonna be one of the rooms, but I'm starting to think so this is the inside. Whoa. Alright, I don't have collision on that wall. I'm trying to think about the size for this room here, because I'm hoping it's not too small. Alright, let's see about the bed. Okay, so I guess the bed fits in pretty decent. I mean, there's a decent amount of space for it. Let me just fix the textures on here. Yeah, when I did some cleanup, reorganizing the directory structure, I moved some things around, and pretty much a lot of it got messed up as far as paths go. Alright, so we're looking into assets, props, and beds. Bed 1, man, that thing had a horrible name. There's that. Yeah, so now I have to fix some of my material path in the objects. I mean, that should be pretty quick, I hope. Spec. There's that, then let's do the mattress. Take the time, mattress. Yeah, so some of um, the profile that Substance Painter exports with is, you know, it exports your diffuse, the normal with the gloss for PBR and the spec. But some of these specs, you know, especially when you have, you know, wood or maybe, you know, this cloth, I don't need this 316K pretty much just gray texture. So I normally just go into textures and defaults and I grab your regular gray from here, which is, you know, almost zero because it's just a repetitive texture. So that's all you need in case you want to use the gray slot as well. Some base, I guess it's base wood, yeah. Alright, let me just bring some, let me put it in the afternoon so I get some light in this bedroom because there's no light in here. Alright, that looks quite alright, I think. Let me just put the player in here and see. Okay, I mean there's some enough room to move. I'm just gonna get the door in there as well. So I'm gonna make a cut in one of these walls, and this is where just considering where to put the door comes in. So what I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna make the room a little longer. So I'm gonna grab this and also these two edges, and I'm gonna go about 3/4 of a meter, which should be a lot better space for that. Okay, so now, yeah, see, sometimes you go back and you look at some of the stuff that you've made, and you're looking at it and you're thinking that, oh my god, I could have optimized this so much better. For example, like the door frame. The door frame has some extra geometry that I don't need. So, so I'm gonna fix that real quick as well. Because I'm actually gonna use that door frame in this wall here. So, gonna go ahead and select this. Actually, that's too much. Let's go and just get the interior of this. Like that. Alright, so I'm not gonna need this part here. And as far as this part goes, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna delete these vertices, and I'm gonna use this. Yeah, and you know what? This is not an old asset. This was just me being stupid and not doing it the right way. Alright, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make this wall the one that has the door in it. And welcome back, Mark. Alright, so that's about where I want to be, but I want to move the door this way a little bit. I'm not going to worry about that thing that goes like that because the door is going to be probably somewhere around here. So the cool thing about well, modeling software in general, hopefully, I'm not sure if it is with other ones, but with Blender, the way to get probably the smallest amount of triangles out of this would be to bring these two vertices to this. So what you can do is you can the pivot for the transformation, I can do it as an active element. So if I select that and grab these guys, then my active element should be the last thing I selected. So if I do a scale 0, they all snap onto the last selected element. So the same thing for this. I'm going to do this one, and then this one at the last, so, and then scale 0. So there you go. Now this is probably the least amount of elements that you can have out of something that has a hole in it, like a door. Alright, so now just to be sure, I'm just going to remove doubles. So there's the 4 vertices that got removed. And let's place it. I'm going to remove this because I don't need it. So now I'm going to place the door here. Okay, there we go. This might need to go out a little bit to there. And then this face I can delete it. And I can bring this in here for the other side. Alright, and also this edge, I'm gonna move it a little bit in so it doesn't, you don't see that seam. And let's make sure that I have my normals facing the right way, and this one apparently isn't. No, it was the other one, I guess, this one. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to export it and check the size, put a door in there, and alright, so there's my, of course, I missed normals on one of them, but I'm going to need to do an unwrap real quick, which is going to be probably, hopefully it's going to be simple. Okay, so in here, this wall, this is facing the wrong way, so I'm just going to have to flip it. Alright, so I'm going to try and do it like this. So the walls for the bedroom, I'm just going to remove the doubles. And since this one is already unwrapped, I'm going to pin this down, and then save, always save. Sometimes Blender crashes, you know, like everything else out there, so it's better to just have things saved. Alright, so now I'm just going to select this and grab that and hit E. So now it's the UVs are just going to follow that. There we go. Let's just test it real quick. Alright, there we go. And now the seam, I mean, you don't see a seam in here, or I mean you shouldn't, but this follows this right along. Alright, so I'm just gonna grab the frame and the door that I have here just to use with this one. Like so. This door is, I'm probably gonna flip it on this part, on this side here. Like that. Okay, there we go. That's pretty good. So this is when one of my problems comes in. And that is, where do I put the bathroom? And so I don't know if I should put it at the end of, like, extend the back of the building out, and so you kind of do another room of that size, or small, probably smaller, and put it there. I would probably lose some of this this some kind of nice lighting during the day. I'm also trying to think from like a practical point. Where would it be best to place the bathroom? On the other hand, I'm thinking maybe have the bathroom here with a door that's on this wall, and the bedroom at the end. Oh, hey, Angoa. Yeah, I'm working alone, like like the title says, you know, on your own. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to extend this thing out. I don't see any other way around it. I mean, I definitely have to, but I'm gonna extend it out and you know, move some things around a little bit, and hopefully we'll be able to figure this out. See what's the best way to go. All right, so there's that like this, and I'm gonna grab this here. X. Which one, Mark? The one where the bedroom is at the end of the hallway? Hopefully that was the one. Yeah, no, I think I'm gonna go with that just because um, because it might give it's I can make the bedroom bigger. So hey, Engo, I'm glad you do. I'm glad it's helping you out. That is definitely good to know. I mean, what's up with all of these guys here? Huh. I guess I need to take these away. Yeah, I'm glad people find use in those videos. That's good. All right, so I'm gonna use another little bit of technique here on for the unwrap. So this is gonna be, let's see, it's gonna be like this. I'm gonna have to select these vertices and pin these down. So now I'm not pinning a whole island or face, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just drag this. This is gonna be the floor, I think. So I'm gonna drag this all the way to here. No, actually that's the roof. the ceiling. And now I can select this again, and if I hit E, it should extend out for the remaining, what the needed space for that is. So I'm hoping it's not going to be anything stretched. So I'm going to do the same for the flooring. Pin these down, grab this edge, and drag it out. So now let's select this again and hit E, and so this extended out. So hopefully now I get the flooring with no UV stretch. Alright, so I'm getting the extra room, and there we go. Yeah, I don't see any stretching. That's good. And I'm just gonna delete this because it needs to be rendered properly. There we go. Alright, so I'm gonna move the bed and this one into the next room. Just move it in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and get this whoa, what happened there? Whoops, I'm missing a little bit of the geometry. So this is gonna be like so, maybe a little bit more this way. Hopefully that's gonna be enough. And also here's another thing that's a pretty cool selection mode. So like at the moment I just want to select this space here, this here, and this here. Not that I'm probably not going to need it, but I'm going to do it at least for now, just so that I don't break anything. But I don't want to select everything, so I'm going to quickly do an edge loop selection here. And then if you hit Control plus, it's going to select the adjacent faces to that. So if I keep doing Control plus, it's going to keep on going. So now that I have this, I can duplicate that. So I'm going to do the next set of interior walls. So let's do that. Shift D, X. There we go, like that. And I'm probably going to move this. Yeah, that's it was a pretty cool trick. Alright, so I think this is probably gonna stick out a little bit. Yeah, so I want to push it in a little bit. So GX like that. Alright. And what I'm afraid that happened here is that I might have I'm not sure where that one came from. There was another plane there. Maximus, which part? Which part of the snapping are you referring to? Oh, okay. So so whenever you select something, like for example, let me do this again. So if I select this section, right, and I do Shift D to duplicate, and then hit X to move along the X-axis. If you hit down Control, I gotta move it out a little bit. So let's move it here. If you hit down Control, it's gonna snap depending on what your snapping element is. So in my case, my snapping element is vertice. And you can do that by Control Shift Tab and select your snap element. So you can do edge, face, volume, vertice. Lore, I prefer planes. I have to go. I think I was doing cubes in the beginning, but you know, with planes it's easier to extend them out. Like, you know, you just grab an edge, you pull it out, and that's it. With Let me just quickly delete these walls because I don't need them at the moment. And I actually need to remove the doubles. There we go. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is have to drag this and this down here. Yeah, so I think you get a much better control with planes. Alright, so hopefully that's a good sized bathroom. And now I'm gonna do this and grab and do the same selection, Control Plus. And let's see if I can do I'm gonna try and do the walls for the bedroom here. And I'm already seeing a little bit of an issue because I think I went a little bit too far out with the bathroom. So there we go. Let's keep it around here. And then let's do the walls for the bedroom. Yeah, so with planes, you're definitely gonna have a side that's, you know, the back side, which you're not gonna see on the front side, which you'll see. Oh, I need to make that hole a little bit bigger. Alright, let's see how that size is. I'm kind of wondering about the size of the bathroom now. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question, Laura. Let me know. Alright, so the bathroom is kind of small. I think I can, I think I need to lengthen it this way a little bit. So let me just do that. And I might be able to gain a little bit if I go this way, or it's probably going to look weird. Alright, so let's see about making this a little bit, bathroom a little bigger. Can probably go for like a meter in width, so there's gonna be some UV fixing that have to be done. But that shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay, let's see about that. And I'm gonna try and yeah, there you go, Mark. That's alright, so there's the bathroom. And let's put a door on that. Laura, so I do work with the low poly and high poly, but mostly for, you know, assets like that need more detail. You know, like this door, for example. You know, the fridge. But as far as the building walls, you know, like the for a building, I don't do any high poly. Alright, so now I'm gonna cut some of that out. Let's do my bathroom stuff. So tub. Which one was it? Why is this such a mess now? Yeah, high poly is fun whenever you use Substance Painter. You know, it's fun to see all those details coming together. Let's see, bathroom, tub. Oh, there we go. Alright, there's the tub. And what do I want to do about the toilet? Freaking bathrooms. I don't know, for some reason I hate bathrooms. Because I can never get it so that everything is placed, you know, the way I want it. Let's see about the sink. Yeah, so I need to fix the unwrap on this wall. And I'm probably going to use some different type of material for the interior of the bathroom, you know, some tile. And so we'll see about that. But I'm trying to figure out how to get this stuff in here. Let's see, we want a toilet. For some reason this one kept the texture, the other one lost them. This is kind of weird. You open the door to the bathroom and you just see the toilet there. Huh. I don't know if I should tell where the toilet is. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, not a bad idea. Let me try that. Let me just move these out of the way. I'm gonna put these. But yeah, see, now that's where the. Oh, let me try like this. Man, I hate bathrooms. Yeah, no, I mean the tub isn't too big. Let's see it from the player standpoint. I mean it's about this size, so yeah, it's more about the placement of these things. You know what I'm thinking? Let me do it like this. I'm gonna try something here. Yeah, I know it's not too big, but I'm thinking, you know, if I leave it like this, it's gonna be hopefully okay. You know, kind of like so. Yeah, I think, I mean, of the it's gonna mask it a little bit, the sink. So hopefully it's not gonna be as noticeable. I mean, I can always, do this with the toilet. I can just bring it over on this wall here, next to the tub. So, and flip the tub around. So in theory, you have the water pipes going over there. So let me try that. Let me see how that would look. Like so. Yeah, I think that might work. So that way you don't get this sink that's just, really pushed in there. And now I can also get the towels on there. Towel. Let's see, which one was it? Was it this one? Yeah, this one. Oh, oh, Laura. So the box around the meshes, uh, that is just an outline, and like just an outline of the mesh, and you will see that, I believe, even if you don't or you do have a proxy. So you can probably not have a proxy and you will still see the box. Like I believe, like this building doesn't have a proxy, but you still see this red box around it. The green box is mostly for groups. Alright, so there we go. This thing is sitting here. Let me bring it down a little bit like that. Okay, and let me just also get the, was it lamp? Was it wall lamp? I think it was wall lamp. Get this in here as well. Yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. Alright, let me see if I can find what that. I think the frame was from. Um, Props mirrors. Alright, Lore. Yeah, see you next time. I'll probably be around tomorrow as well, so yeah, have a good night. Whoa, what the? Huh, how'd you look at that? It came out kind of interesting, even though the mirror is having some weird reflection things. Oh, you know what this is? Check that out. That's pretty cool. It's like the closest environment probe, and the closest environment probe has the church. Huh. Well, you know, I took the mirror and I just flipped it. I rotated it. I'm not sure. What do you think about? What do you think about it? One of the things that I think yeah, they're probably a little bit too low, so I might need to bring them up a little bit. Oh yeah, no, 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 I wasn't. I think that's how the acid gets brought in as horizontal. So it's probably due to that. No, I don't know why I did that. I have these here. Yeah, I guess it didn't. Yeah, thanks, Mark. I think it's okay at the moment like that. Um, all right, so I wanted to see if I can get some drapes in the bedroom. I'm wondering if they're too big, or I'm not sure how they're gonna fit. Yeah, I think they might be okay. Man, those material locations got all kinds of messed up. Fastest props, windows, drapes. Oh, come on, really? Yeah, I'm just quickly gonna search for this specific material here. Hopefully I still have it. No, where did it go? I guess I'm gonna have to improvise for now. Let me just see, maybe I can find it here. Yeah, as you can see, this is some of my old stuff, so there's a bunch of UV space that is wasted. Good. That looks great. Yeah, so one of the things that I'm going to try and do, because this is like some very simple looking drape thing here, is get some of those that are, you know, they're like tied up here. You know, that will give me a little bit of practice with the cloth modifier, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I'm just going to export this for now, and at least so I can use it there. Alright, so it's in... Yeah, this path changed, I think. Okay. So let's do objects on your own assets. Alright, let's try that. Alright, so let's see if we can find something. There we go. Hopefully this will compile. Unless it decided to fail. No, I guess it should be going. Yeah. Alright, so there's the drape holder. And now I want to bring in cloth. Whoa, cloth. There we go. So let's bring that in and replace this with my cloth. And let's see where that one is. I'm kind of wondering if it's an object, if it's a let's see. If not, we can move them around. Objects on your own assets. Was it in here? Windows. Drapes. Drape 1. Let's see, I think it might be this one. There we go. Let's see if this acts to physics. Maybe it doesn't. Really? Come on. Oh well, that's gonna be a clock at some point when I fix the textures. Alright, so let's get a little bit of a carpet in here. Like so. Probably gonna have to do a couple more decals, you know, just to have some posters in the room or something. Um, and I'm also thinking of doing the interior walls a little bit different so it's not brick. Even though, I mean, I kind of like how it looks, but I probably gonna do something else. But in the meantime, let me just fix these UVs here. Alright, so bring it there. Um, well, no, that's definitely I'm definitely not really a big, you know, not a big fan of the brick. I mean, I like it probably in real life, but as far as in here, I I don't know. Um, do you think I should try it with the regular stuff here? Because I mean, to be honest, I'm not a big. I mean, this is kind of like a hallway type of wall, and not so much as interior. I'm thinking for the interior more of just like a plain, um, what do you call it? Plain plaster kind of thing. That was my thought for the interior of the building. Yeah, so this looks, you know, it looks nice in here. You know, in the hallway, you know, I got this flooring that's kind of like, you know, red edging, and you know, this is red. But I'm thinking like for the interior, it might look better um, if this is something else. But let me just do a couple of things first. I want to get the flooring in here to be carpet. So let me do that. Let me do that first. So I'm gonna have to uh, do a couple of edge loops in here. Or actually, better yet, I'm just gonna do some cuts. So hopefully that's gonna keep it down. And as far as polygon count. hopefully that cut where it's supposed to cut. Maybe it didn't. I cut the ceiling. Well, that's not good. Let's do this again. I'm gonna hide the ceiling. Alright, so let's try doing this cut again. So it's going to be from here to here is where the first cut is going to be. And I'm not sure. Oh, it cut this wall too. Let's hide this. Alright, let's do it that way. Alright, so cut from here to there. And then another cut is going to go from here to here. All right. All right, so let's see about assigning the bathroom. This is going to be the bathroom, so it's going to be 14, and then it's parts, build, 14. So there's the bathroom floor. And so we're going to assign it to that, and then this one is going to be bedroom 4. Alright, so assign to that. Let's do an export. Alright. I need to assign this to something. To this here too. Huh, why does it not? There we go. Alright, so now let's see about those flooring materials here. Alright, so first of all it's going to be, let's do the bedroom, which is, let's see, textures, fabric, leather carpet, this one. So defaults that, and let's do a displacement, and let's see, where's the displacement? There we go. Alright, so that looks like carpet. I think I need to tile it a little more. Let's do maybe 2. Now it's kind of like this one doesn't really fit in. Okay, I guess it's debatable, but I'd like to have a little bit of variety, I guess. Alright, so let's do the bathroom flooring. We'll see what can be done for this. Let's see, where do we have floors? I'm gonna try this. That doesn't look too bad. Spec. Maybe we can tile this a little better as well. Let's do maybe 2. Like that. Alright, I'm gonna use one of these ceiling lamps inside as well, because it doesn't hurt. Just to have it here in the hallway. Okay, and I'll also get I don't know why I have 3 lights in here, but there we go, like so. And let's get some switches on the walls. And as much as I like this part, is like this is where, you know, a lot of some of these minute details start coming in, and you know, you might think of, oh, I need to add that and this, and then you're definitely, at least myself, I'm gonna go back to it a few times, just because of I might forget to add something, or then I'm thinking, oh, I probably should add this thing too. So Yeah, that's a kind of a low quality switch, but it's a small item, so it's probably gonna be okay. Alright, so um, this hallway is a little barren, unfortunately, so I'm trying to think of what else could be added to it. I mean, overall, I think I'm happy with how the apartment turned out. Well, yeah, you know what? I'd be at work and I'd be, working on something, and then something just crosses my mind, and along the lines of, oh, you know what? I should add this. So what I do, I use Mark. I use and everybody else that might be interested. I use Trello. So Trello is like one of these. It's like a ticketing type system, where you can put a ticket in, and you can um, move it through different stages of selected for development, in development, or in progress, and then closed. And I think that can be helpful. That can be helpful to people. So, all right. So now it's gonna be the question of what do I use for these walls? Hmm. And and one other thing. Um, Now that the walls are kind of in place, I'm thinking, especially for the interior, is oh, it's called. Let me. I'll just type it in the message box. It's Trello, like that. Trello.com. Yeah, sure thing. All right. So let's see what else. Let me take a quick peek at how this looks. At how it would look at night. Um, that's a horrible looking material on that. But I mean, okay, it doesn't look too bad. One of those lights could be probably bumped up a little bit. This light bleed is something that I'm trying to stay away from. Yeah, that's definitely shedding a little bit more light onto this. Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna go into, because this texture was done through Quixel, so I'm quickly gonna go into that and try and probably 10 was good. Try and export something just like this wall, but without without the lines or without the separation, because I think it might look pretty cool. I like the texture itself, but I'd like to have it so that it's not, you got the bottom piece and then the top piece. So I'm just gonna go and do that. And in the meantime, I'm also trying to think a little bit about the trim around the edges. Trying to think of that, if I'm gonna do that or not. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'll take a break, you know, grab some dinner, and hopefully be back later on. Okay, let's see. So now let's start up QuickSong. And I'm hoping that I still have that project. I'm thinking this is starter 8. This particular material. It is. Man, I moved them around. I think it might be starter 8. Yeah, sure thing, Mark. Definitely. Alright, so let me try opening this project. I think this is the one. Yeah, by the way it looks, this is the one. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so once this loads, I'm gonna go back and hide this layer and hide this one as well. Oh, what the hell just happened? Oh, yep, I forgot. This was actually the layer that it's supposed to be on. It's this. Alright, so let me just go ahead and change this mask. Hopefully I can reset it easily. It's kind of confusing a little bit as far as whenever you select the mask in here. So let's do yeah, and I kind of hate that I can't figure out. Mark, I don't know if you've done this. Can you duplicate a layer like in here? Like, I'm hoping that I would be able to like right click on this and then, you know, duplicate layer. So but apparently I don't know if I have that option. Alt Shift. No, I'm trying to like see like one of those smart materials. I'm trying to duplicate that, which is, you know, one of those layers. I like to duplicate it, you know, like you do Alt drag in here in the layers palette. I'd like to be able to do that as well, but apparently I don't think I can. But, you know, I was able to right click and clear mask. So, you know, if you clear the mask, it's just going to put in the white mask. So now I just have everything as yeah, no problem, no problem. It's I don't think you can do that either. Like, you know how in Photoshop you can go in here and grab one of these layers and right click on it and duplicate layer. But in here, I'm not sure you can do that. You know, like in where the smart materials is where you drop them. If you right click on this and then duplicate layer, but I guess there's no option for that. So I mean, it is what it is. No biggie. Um, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and save these. Uh, Texture, walls. Oh, you know what? I was actually no worries. I was actually thinking of using a wallpaper on this, but for that you need trim. But for now, let's do just simple plastic. Do creative. So we're gonna go plaster one color. I save that. Alright, let's go back into CryEngine and get this. Oh shoot, now I need to add a new material ID. This is where I'm trying to not let things spiral out of control as far as having all these material IDs. So hopefully I'll try to keep it under control. And not go too crazy about it on it. I mean, I'm at 15. Now 16. Hopefully I'll manage to keep it under 20. Alright, so whoops. Yep. There we go. We have a little bit of I didn't sign everything as I thought I did. Alright, let's see this again. Alright, so now everything is like that. Bring this up to 16. Alright, so I'm just going to copy the current material because it's probably going to have the same normal. I mean, it might change because of like the bottom section has some reflection on it, like compared to the top one. So let's do the new single color TIFF. Yeah, see, that's what I was afraid of. That I might need to export the normal as well. So let's see, normal. this is where I need to get the gloss. There we go. And let's export this as a CryTIFF. Walls, plaster, do color, DNA, save. Alright, let me just update this here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, I think that's better as far as you know, interior apartment goes. Just move these lights a little bit around just to see how it's. Whoa. Yeah, I think that's better. I can definitely adjust the normal a little bit so it's not as harsh, but I think overall that's pretty good. I'm actually wondering if I should try a different color and not something. Oh, with the Photoshop image size? Huh. Cool. Yeah, definitely. I'd like to see that. Oh, so you think a different color might look better? I'm kind of thinking the same thing, you know? And more gloss, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, once you, see, check this out. So, let's do, I'm gonna add some, where was it? Was it on the legacy? Dark brownish? Okay, let's try that. It's on the concrete. No, it wasn't. I thought it was on the plaster somehow. You know, this terracotta thing looks kind of interesting. But now I can't seem to, what was the name of this? It was plaster, stucco. There we go. Stucco plaster. Alright, so let's go to albedo, and this by default comes in this funky looking color. So let's see. Mark, do you have an idea for like an RGB value that you think it might look good? I mean, I'm open to ideas. Anyone? All right, sounds good. In the meantime, while Mark is looking for that, what I'm gonna try and do real quick is I'm gonna open up, of course, Blender. And a while back, I've made some trim. So hopefully I can find that and see if I can get that in and see how that looks. I think it should add something interesting to it. Let's see, where do I have that trim? So that's top level trim, entrance decor, exterior trim. For some reason I thought that okay, let's try that, Mark. Let's see. So 119, 109, 77. Alright, that's pretty cool. Kind of brownish. Let's see, 100, 82, 58. Okay, yeah. Let's see if I make it a little brighter, a little lighter. Kind of in that area. Let's try that. Let me try saving that as a TIFF file. And as far as the gloss, I think I should be able to oh, you know what? Is this the option that the suppress engine reduce? What was this about? There we go. That's pretty cool. I kind of like that. And I just made it a little glossier. Never used that option, huh? Yeah, no, I think it looks pretty damn good. A bit more saturation. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's a little too colored. All right, let's see. Was there an option to? Is it in here? 20%. Let's try that. Okay, textures. Man, I always hated that I can't. I mean, I need to move this in order to save it in the same spot. It should learn what I need, what I want. Huh. Oh, more percentage? No, I thought that, oh, you're saying to make it more saturated. Like, instead of 20/40? Oh, I see what you're saying, yeah. master PBR Dedo one color diff. Yes. Yeah, let me see what it looks like with it more saturated, and then what it looks like with it less. Yeah, no, I definitely like it like so. I mean, it provides kind of a pretty nice contrast with the ceiling, but I'd like to try and get the trim in there just to give it some sort of edge, you know, like an edging thing here. So let me try and where was it? Hmm. That's not it. Oh yeah, let's try that. Let's try that. That's a nice idea. Let's see how that looks. Alright, copy that onto this. Oh yeah, not too shabby. But I think I liked it better, a little bit better before, to be honest. Oh yeah, thanks for reminding me. It's like that pop-up didn't show up in a while, so what's up with that? Yeah, I think I might keep it the way it was before, um, at least for now. Or you know what I'm gonna do? I'm probably gonna desaturate it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it at 20%. See how that looks. Come on, where is that? Wow, 3 hours went away. Haha. Man, I just hated how Dido sometimes. Like, I think that window popped open somewhere, but I'm not sure. I don't think the program knows where it popped that window open. Oh man, see, this is what I don't use Dido anymore as much. I mean, they have some good. If it wasn't for Megascans, uh, I don't know. Well, I mean, the expectation of getting Megascans. But see, right now it's just completely froze. I don't even know where that thing popped open, the little color selection thing. So I can't even save the project. Oh, come on. Yeah, see, things like this annoy me like crazy. So now, see, I try to open it. Yeah, no, I'm gonna try that, and it just popped somewhere behind. And now it froze again. Yes, and there we go. Sweet. Well, let's hope it works. If it doesn't, I'm just gonna go on break and you know take a breather from it for a little bit because it's a little bit too annoying at this point. I did want to find that trim. Man, I really want to. I just can't remember where I have it.
Hey everybody, my name is Nick Quackenbush, and I am a 3D artist in the games industry.
Yeah, no, it is completely it completely broke down. It doesn't even start up. Like it's just frozen. Like the little window for Dido is just yeah. It's you know I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with it. I don't even know if I should close this. Huh. Let's see. Don't tell me this worked. Nah, it's Dido is still completely froze. See, for that, I think you just need to shut down Firefox because basically this is a plugin of Firefox um, Photoshop. I mean, this being a plugin, and I can't even get to any of these layers for some reason. I was just gonna do it manually, but there's no work that's lost. It's just this color that we found that was pretty nice. I'm gonna write that down, the numbers. Um, so there's no work that got lost. It's just the annoyance of yeah. I guess the way it interacts with Photoshop, it's completely broken, or it just breaks down fairly easy. All right, so I'll just leave it at that for now, and I'm gonna quickly do 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of of CryEngine, yeah. Oh no, I feel that way with CryEngine too, but recently I haven't had any crashes that were extremely annoying, and I've had to like scratch my head why did this happen? So hopefully, um, but let me hopefully I can find that easily. I need to remember where I've used the trim before. Because I do think I have a set of textures that are specific for trim. So let's see, some places. Well, maybe I don't. Can't find anything. Oh, but you know what? I'm gonna do this door. I'm gonna use the trim from this door, at least for the bottom, and then we'll figure out the top. But I think, hopefully it's gonna look okay. We'll see. Alright, but that one I know where to find. That should be should be one of the things that I've reorganized and moved around a little bit. So I'm hoping it'd be easy to find. Let's see, doors. That. Well, what is this thing doing in my Dropbox? That's the door. Let's see, what are the frames? Frames. Alright, so I'm hoping that wow, so this is going to be 17. Huh. Hopefully we're not getting too far ahead of ourselves. Alright, so first things first, this is going to be a small section, so I only need about that. And not even this much. Let's see, we want vertices. So now this one is already, the UVs are in the right place, so hopefully we'll see if something works out. I'm starting to stretch with this thing. But hopefully I'm going to be able to use this in other areas as well. this is actually from Mixhound. It's this if interested. Alright, let's see how do we want to place this. I'm gonna have to rotate it around Y90 and around the X90. Oh. 180 like that. All the way to here. And I think that's pretty good. Let's try this out. Let's see. I'm kind of curious to see how this looks. Oops. What happened there? Kind of hate when that happens. That it all huh, what happened here? Okay, what broke? What the hell? Oh, that is weird. Huh. I bet you this is freaking Quixel in Photoshop that just messed up my Windows stack or whatever you call it. And for some reason, whoa, things are going bonkers. I think what happened was when I joined the instead of joining the trim to this, I think I joined this to the trim, and then it just grabbed its pivot point. So now this pivot point is, I think it might be messed up, but I don't see why. Let's try this. Let me try joining them again. Alright, I think that might have fixed it. And there we go, we have the trim. Yeah, that was some weird stuff. Yeah, so see, as far as the trim goes, this is how I have it set up. It's like there's 3 variations of trim, or maybe 4. No, there's 3. There's 3 variations of trim in here, so I can use this to create, you know, even though it's the same color, which is one of the issues. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I think it was mostly the issue, like that I've joined them badly. So I think that's where the problem might have been. Alright, so let's do 17 and paste. Alright, there we go. We have the trim finally. But I'm not sure if it's at the right level, is it? I guess it is. Well, what I'm gonna try and do is make this a little bigger. Let's see, I'm gonna try this active element again to see if I can yeah, I know. So let me see if I can do the trim scaling via this active element. So I'm gonna scale Z. Oh yeah, there you go. That works pretty nice. So I'm gonna do it a little bit kind of double in height. I'm wondering if how that's gonna look. Oh yeah, I think that's better as far as let me put it on the other side just so that so that I can go eat and not hopefully I'm gonna have to restart this anyways, just because it's driving me bonkers, this thing here. I'm not sure what's going on. Whoops. Alright, so now I need to switch to medium point. And let me just hide some of these walls because it's getting a little bit too busy. Alright, so this. Alright, let's see this now. Oh, frick. What the hell? It is driving me nuts. Kind of wondering what's causing that export issue. And I'm thinking there might be some issue with like the non-manifold geometry kind of thing. Let's see if I do a and join it back in. Well, that was some weird thing. Okay, yeah, I definitely think the trim is helping a lot. Now I just need to adjust it a little bit so that it's not, you know, sticking out that much. So let me see if I can do that change without it breaking on export. Okay, yeah, there we go. Much better. Yeah, Mark, I definitely like how the trim is definitely helping a lot. I'm kind of thinking if I should try and put it around the top as well. I'm not sure how that will look. Yeah, you know what? That's the thing about it. It's this transition. You know that you know, finding a balance to it is pretty, you know, darn tough. So I need to push this in a little bit, or is it? I think it's the door frame that I need to pull out. Oh, you mean, are you saying, try to get it around the top as well? Yeah, no, I definitely think so too. Let me try it and see what it looks. It should be pretty simple. Oh, not again. What is going on with this freaking trim? You know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's I think it sees it as a non-manifold geometry. So that's where the problem is. Whenever you separate it and then you join it, I guess that's when um, it doesn't see it as that anymore. And now it didn't put it there. Whoa. Oh, okay, I see what. Man, why am I doing this stuff? I've put it like above the ceiling. Sometimes wireframe mode is tricky. Alright, so let's see. Hey Mark, what do you think? What do you think, guys? I think I like it. And now if I do the ceiling in that other color, or if I do the walls a little bit lighter, I think it might help too. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, and with the color you suggested, it's definitely. I'm gonna try and see how it looks if the color is a little. You know what? I'm gonna try that color to be a little desaturated. So, cause like right now it kind of blends in with the floor a little bit too much. As far as this beige kind of blends in with the color of um, of the wood of the parquet. Um, but let me see where I had that. I wish there would be like a quick search in here too. That'd be pretty useful. Where did I have that? I was trying to find the ceiling. I think I have some kind of ceiling that's somewhat decent. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, see, I think I kind of like this color with the normal for the normal of. Maybe let's try and change the normal. Maybe it's gonna. Okay, yeah, I know this is not PBR. Whoa. the heck, man? Huh. That is some weird stuff. I'm wondering if I have the... if by mistake I did the shading for the... Well, it doesn't look like it. That is one messed up normal. Huh. Oh yeah, but this is this is actually like I'm looking at this and it might be pretty cool to have that in. Let me just undo this real quick. Oh, you mean like this color, like so? Yeah, no, I'll definitely try that. I mean, oh, you think it should be like more like the walls? Oh, I got it. Hmm. Yeah, let me try something real quick. I just wanna do a quick try on this. Okay, where were you? Haha, what do you think of this? Oh, the ceiling should be darker brown. Okay, let's try it. Yeah, so it's either that or the one from before. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Hopefully it's in, let's see, levels on your own, textures. I wonder if it's in ceiling decal. Yeah, it's this one. So this would be another one, which is kind of interesting looking. It's a little bit more damaged though. But whoa, no, not that one. But check this out. I think the other one was looking a little bit. This one is kind of too much damage, I think. I think this one is a little bit more, you know, there's a little bit of damage, but alright, and I just want to do another one because yeah, the old one, I like the old one. And let me just do something like so. Whoa. I don't know about this one though, but maybe like a little bit of around here on the bottom. And I could have something else in this hallway, but I'm trying to think what would fit in this hallway. Oh, you know what it would fit? It would fit that little carpet that I had before. I think would probably fit in here. Like that, huh? And let's see. I would want to do an outlet. All right, yeah, I'm gonna eat in peace, I guess. So I think I might want to turn this down like that a little bit. Yeah, so I think what the next thing that I'm gonna do is do a little bit of dirt, like really light, right above here, and like at the edges of the walls. We'll see how that looks. We'll give it a try. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna go eat. Um, if you guys want to stop by and say probably half an hour to 45 minutes or so. I mean, whoever has me on Twitch. Yeah, dude, Mark. Yeah, I'll be on tomorrow as well. So probably sometime in the afternoon. I gotta chat with somebody, with my mom on Skype tomorrow morning. You know, kind of, she's far away, so she likes to chat. So yeah, I'll definitely um, be on Twitch later on. Um, so so yeah, hopefully you guys can join in, and we'll continue some more of this. But yeah, like I said, I'm probably gonna be coming back in half an hour to an hour. Oh, Mark, before you head out, or before I sign out here for now, let me try something real quick. I want to see how the lighting is during the day. Um, yeah, I'll just write this down to send you a Facebook message, and I'll also post it on Facebook. Um, so all right. So yeah, let's just quickly do something, at least to see how it looks during the day. I'm curious myself. So let's see, what would be an angle that the light would shine up all the way in here. I'm trying to think of. This is one of the things that I'm gonna have to switch between, you know, like hey up Bexy. Thanks, Mark. Okay, so let me just turn off. And here's the thing, you know, the reason I was doing layers, I can just go in here, turn all the lights off, and okay. So let's. What I was gonna do is try and see if I can. Well, what's going on over here? Um, and eventually, when everything is gonna be in place, yeah, definitely, definitely. Layers are good, good. Um, so eventually, when all of this is gonna be in place, I'm gonna hopefully I'm gonna get some kind of like the sun would cross in a way that would look nice. But let me see, at least for now. Um, how can I get so that the sun somewhat shines in this hallway? That I think that would be kind of cool to see if I can get it. Yeah, this little controller thing for the sun orientation updates pretty poorly. Like, this is how you set it up. Yeah, I believe so. You could do that as well. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's see. Did that? What? Where is that coming from? It's coming from there. I guess this thing got stuck at 24. Let me close that for a little bit. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna look pretty decent. Yeah, kind of like that. That's I think that should do pretty good. All right, yeah. So I'm happy with the progress so far, and so yeah, thanks, Mark. And let me see. Let me see if I put the player in. Um, I think as far as size goes, okay, that doesn't have collision on that material. I think as far as size goes, it's um, it's kind of where it's supposed to be, you know. Yeah, I just need to do these physics. Yeah, I think it definitely. I think I'm on the right scale as far as the doors go. Hapexi, yes. Actually, no, I'm lying. This plant here is from the engine, um, and the switch is from the engine as well. Everything else is done in Blender. Oh no, sorry, online. Um, the sink, the tub, and the toilet with the box. They're actually assets from the engine. Um, okay, yeah, but my custom assets indeed. So these are assets from the engine that I've exported and used in Blender to fix and make them look nicer, or more up to date. They were a little bit sad and textures were really sad. But yeah, indeed, they're my custom assets. All right, so um, I'm gonna be heading off to get heat up some lunch, or lunch dinner, and like I said, I should be back in half an hour to an hour. Um, if if I'm not back within that time, I just probably either went to bed or went to bed. So I'll definitely see you tomorrow. I'll post updates on. Oh, and I think I like the way the trim looks as well. I'll post updates on Facebook and Twitter as well, as far as times for the streams. It might be, maybe a day in advance or maybe a couple of hours in advance, so, bear with me. All right, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you got something out of this. I know it's been probably the longest stream that I've done yet. Now at 4 hours. All right. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, Mark, and you guys have a good night, or a good day, depending